Well, welcome back to the Crony Bikers Garage, and today I'm bringing a really excited one to you. They've actually given me the keys here at Vertu Honda for the much eagerly anticipated Honda GB350 S, which you see right behind me. So this is going to be a first impressions video. So let's get jumped on, because I'm dying to try this bike out. We'll jump on and we'll take it for a spin, and then we'll stop in a bit and we'll have a little talk about it. Let's get on. Yeah, it's definitely good at carving its way through the traffic. Copes with the bumps really well. Let's get out of this traffic and give it a proper test. The balance of it is fantastic. You can almost stop without putting your feet down. So we'll take it up here and we'll get it on the dual carriageway on the A52, and we'll see what it's like at 60-70, if it'll do 70. Yeah, it flows into the bends really nice. So with it having that slipper clutch, if you're a little bit ham-fisted coming down the gears, it won't lock the back wheel up, which is good for new, inexperienced or learner riders. Let's get it on the A52 and we'll see what it's like. Can it stay on a dual carriageway? Let's go and have a look. Fourth gear. Yeah, it's struggling to pick speed up in fourth on a slight incline, but there you go. Fourth gear, up into fifth. Yeah. I mean, there's 70 and it feels quite relaxed. It doesn't feel like the engine's thrashing. It feels just like it's plodding. It feels like it's quite happy to plod at 70. In fact, in fifth gear, in top gear, I've got the wind against me, and the wind is enough to slow me down. Quite windy today, so got a lot of wind in my chest, which you will have because it's a naked, a modern classic. So I'm going to do a thing now. I'll get it down to 50 and then I'll give it full gas. There's 50, top gear, 3, 2, 1, full gas. And what I'll do is I'll do another comparison. This is full gas still, by the way. I'll do another comparison on the ADV from 50 mile an hour on my way home. So there you go, won't quite go to 70. There's 50, right. 3, 2, 1, go. There you go, look, 60, 70. But that's not what it's about, folks. It's not a bike for going fast. It's a bike for cruising around, chilling, rocking up to a biker calf in your open face helmet with your wax jacket on. That's what this is about. And I tell you what, these bikes now, these small bikes coming from all the manufacturers, I think there's only Kawasaki that needs to catch up. But these small bikes are becoming very popular now. And the reason these smaller bikes make so much sense is because they're just so cheap to have, cheap to buy. I mean, this bike I'm sat on now is 3949, 50 quid under £4,000, which, if you look at the Honda catalogue, is almost as much as a Dax or a Cub 125 or a Monkey. You're getting a 350 for about the same price. But yeah, this is not a bike for pulling your arms off, I'll tell you that now. There's a open it up for an overtake, and it picks up quite sedately. But the other thing is, because it's got no screen, you don't get any buffeting. I mean, you get clean air coming at you. Anybody that rides a naked will know what I mean. Sometimes having a windshield can make the noise worse because of the turbulence. But on this, it's just clean air. So let's go and take it down some back roads and we'll see what it's like at hustling. But so far I'm quite impressed with how good it is in traffic. I like the seat because it's flat and it gives me the opportunity to stretch back if I want to. It's like on my scooter, the seat is sculpted, so I have to sit where the seat tells me to. But on this, I can stretch out, I can go forward, I can go back. And FYI, I've got a 34-inch inside leg, so I've got quite long legs, and that can be a problem for me sometimes on a bike because it means my knees are up under my chin. But it's not too bad. It's a roomy bike, it's got plenty of space. Yeah, it's a very nice handling bike. It's got the 19 and the 17-inch wheels, which is very similar to the CB500X tyre sizes, which I had before. With it having a 19-inch front wheel means it's going to ride over the big potholes a bit better. But it comes at the penalty of being a bit slower steering. But it's not slow steering, it's fine. Can it go? Yeah, you see, just there then, getting out into a tight gap, my ADV would have smashed that much easier. It's a little bit slow off the mark. If I'm being brutally honest, it's a little bit slow off the mark. But yeah, in the bends, perfect. Let's go round here. I know where there's a nice spot and we can have a little bit of a walk round. Yeah, down the box. Here. Throw it into the bends. Yeah, it's a country lane bike. It's a country lane going to work bike. That's what this is. There we go. I'll be honest, it's got about the same torque as my ADV, so I was expecting it to be a little bit torquey than what it is, if I'm honest, because this has got 21 bhp, the ADV's got nearer 30, but they've both got about 30 newtons of torque, so on the torque's front they're equal, but the ADV's got about 30% more power. Potholes, no problem. Speed bumps, no problem. No problem whatsoever. Oh yeah, you can do a really tight turn. I just did that without putting my feet down. So let's pull up and we'll have a quick walk around and see what we think. Now another really good thing this has got is it comes with a centre stand. It comes with a centre stand and a side stand, which is fantastic. We'll get a shot for the thumbnail. So yes, here it is. Now it's a bit of a grubby day today, so it's got a bit of dirt on it, but I must say the paintwork, it looks really high quality. The tank's got a proper enamel badge, which, I mean, that could have just been a sticker to save a few quid, but it's not. The coating on the engine looks really nice. I'm not sure about this exhaust, because usually on these painted exhausts, like on my ADV, where you can't get to them, like under there, they go brown really quick. So be interested to see what this holds out like. But just look how thick the paint is on the swing arm. I think that's going to be fine. I don't think any winters are going to bother with that. And the finish on the engine as well, nice diamond cut engine. I mean, to be honest, when you look at the engine, the cylinder looks massive. You know, for a 350, that looks like a massive cylinder. As I say, it's got a 190/19 Mesler Torrents on the front, and on the back it's Mesler Torrents 150/70/17. As I say, I believe they're the same size as the CB500X wheels and tyres. I like the back mud guard, that looks nice. The seat looks really nice, it's really comfy. Loads of room, you can smooch back a bit on you want. Nice little detail as well with the stitching, that looks really nice. It looks like a way more expensive bike than it actually is. It rides really nice, it takes the potholes without any problems, doesn't get upset. You've got a helmet lock there, which you need the key for. It's got preload adjustable rear suspension, bungee hooks, somewhere for the passenger to hold. Front suspension is just standard. Now let's have a look at the information. Let's have a look what the information gives you on this nice neat little info display. So you've got two buttons. That one is traction control on or off, and the top one, you've got trip A average consumption 75.2 UK miles to the gallon. It's only got 3 bars of fuel, but it's saying it's got a range of another 138 miles, which is quite good. I think this is going to have a massive range. I think Honda quote 360 kilometers tank range. So it's done 30 miles so far. I think I've done 20 of them. Yeah, 20. I reset this when I set off. I've done 20 miles. It gives you instantaneous fuel miles per gallon as well if you want it, or it gives you average. Range, voltage for your battery, total miles, trip A, trip B, and we'll put it back on the average. You get a gear indicator, it's got the time, a fuel gauge, idiot lights, it's got a nice little green eco light to tell you when you're saving fuel. Turn it off a sec. Now, to my mind, the nearest rival for this is the Royal Enfield Hunter 350. So, comparing this to the Royal Enfield Hunter, this has got 21 horsepower that it makes at 5,500 RPM. The Hunter makes 20 horsepower at 6,100. Now, the other thing is the torque. This makes almost identical torque to the Royal Enfield 350, but this makes it 1,000 revs lower down the rev range. Now, the seat height on this is 800mm, and I'll be honest, I'm quite tall, as I say, 34-inch inside leg. I'm 6'1", I weigh 186 kilos, and I don't feel like the bike's too small. It feels just the right size. It's okay. It weighs 178 kilos, so it's on a par, isn't it? It's in the ballpark where it should be. Now, Honda are claiming 107 miles per gallon on this. I think you'd struggle to get that because I've been taking it quite easy. I'm getting about 75. I mean, if you was on a steady run, 50 mile an hour constant, maybe 90, but the ADV would be the same. Now, I suspect with these new Honda motorbikes coming out, I think the Chinese brands like the Cove and the Vogue 900, I think they're keeping the prices down, which is good news for the consumer, which means we're getting excellent bikes like these, high quality Honda, and because that engine is such a lazy engine, you just know that engine's going to be good for well over 100,000 miles, no problem. Now, one place where this does beat the Royal Enfield is it's got LED lights, it's also got a slipper clutch, and it's also got Honda traction control, which the Royal Enfield doesn't have any of those things. LED backlight. I think the back end of the bike looks real. I love this headlight detail. It's plastic, but it feels good. And of course, you've got the signature Honda always on front indicators. But obviously, when you want one to flash, it goes a little bit brighter. Now, I've got them on the Honda ADV, and some people have complained about them, saying that cars think you're indicating and pulling out on you. I'll be honest with you, I've never had that problem commuting every day. It looks a really nicely balanced, slim bike. Now, they do some packages for this bike as well. They do a style package, where you get a headlight binnacle, you get a couple of engine bar frames with spotlights on, you get better bar ends, tank pads, and you get a seat cowl on the back. I'll see if I can put a picture in. And I think that version looks really nice, and the amazing thing is you can have all them bits for £460. Now, put that in comparison. If you want the headlight, if you want the auxiliary lights alone on the Africa Twin, you're going to be forking out another 700 quid abouts. You've also obviously got the Triumph Street 400, but that's another £1,000, but it has got a bit more power. But yeah, really handsome looking, well built motorcycle from Honda. So we're going to jump back on and we're going to do a bit more hustling. We'll check it down some back lanes and we'll see what we think. And at the end we'll do a conclusion. Would I buy this or would I keep with the Honda ADV? Let's get on and we'll have a look. Let's got a nice little protector there for the rear passenger's heel so it doesn't melt on the exhaust. Decent quality foot pegs with a nice click to them, bendy ones, rubber inserts, and of course it's got the centre stand. There's another thing. What is the weight? Right, so passenger and luggage, it can accept 180 kilos. That's not bad, that's good. I weigh 86 kilos, so I've got a good 90 odd kilos. So imagine a top box, luggage. They also do a travel pack as well with some soft luggage, and I think that looks really stylish. Now, one thing I've noticed riding it, and I've got big size 11s, I've had a false neutral 3 times when I've come up from first to second. It's gone into neutral. That might be just be my big feet though. Really smooth away. Yeah, it's a nice... The best thing I can say is it's a really nice relaxing bike to ride. I think a decent 125 would give it a run for its money, but this will do it a lot lazier. So we'll take it down some back lanes and we'll have to start heading back to Honda now. Taking it easy on these greasy roads. Yeah, it's a back lane, it's a country lane bike. Yeah, it flows in the bends okay, the suspension's nice. There's nothing behind me, so I'm going to try and pull it up on the brakes, right, from 30. Yeah, it does stop fast. It does stop fast, so you've got no worries there. You see, the thing is, 20 horsepower is where you're going to struggle. Is like, you know, like now, if I wanted to get past that learner, I'd have to think twice. Whereas the ADV, you'd be round it, you'd zip past it, because the ADV picks up really well from low speeds. I think this bike represents amazing value for money. So there we have it, the Honda GB350 S. Brilliant quality, excellent bike, lovely to ride. It's just lacking that bit of oomph compared to this beauty. And that's been everywhere, that bike's been down to Croatia. But if you're the type of person that's quite happy to do 60 and plod around, taking your time, not in any rush for anything, perfect. The quality on it, everything about it is perfect. So I'm going to give a big shout out to Vertu Honda in Nottingham. Thanks a lot for letting me out on these bikes. Thanks a lot for watching. If you've liked the video, give us a thumbs up and a like, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.